Are we going? Yeah. Um, Hi, everybody. I thought I'd give this a second shot since my first one was about 8.5 minutes. My name is Jen Fredenberg. I live here in Northern California with my husband and my two children. We're about 45 minutes sort of northwest of the Golden Gate Bridge, and we love it out here. It's really beautiful. And we're about 20 minutes from the beach, so it's just a perfect location. And the weather is usually beautiful as well. I have my previous degree, or my bachelor's, is in theater. So I danced professionally and I acted professionally for a time. Mostly what I've done in the past is direct and teach children's theater. So I've been able to work in the private school sector and the public school sector and after school programs and work with children doing film. So this has sort of been all the speech and language pathology coursework has been a nice addition to all of the theater training that I had. Okay, what else do I need to say? Where do I currently live? Previous degree. Oh, this is my last class in CSD, the post-bac program. Yeah, so it feels like it's coming to the end of a really good book. You invest in those characters and you love it and you want to get to the end, but you want to slow down and sort of savor it at the same time. So this class kind of feels like a bittersweet experience in that I want to hurry up and get to the end, but I also want to relish it because I understand the system and know how it goes and whatnot. What else do I need to say? Oh, one interesting fact about myself. I love to read. Yeah, I'm currently reading a mystery right now, and it's a lot of fun. It's written in the late 1800s. The author was best friends with Charles Dickens, and it's just so good. It's every night at midnight, I gotta read this. I gotta see what happens next. So it's a lot of fun. What else? Oh, describe my experience with people young and old who have had hearing loss. Over all the years that I've taught children, I have run across maybe a handful, couple kids with Down syndrome, I had one little girl who had impacted earwax. So her mom took her to the pediatrician, had that removed. I had one little boy who we didn't even know anything was wrong. The moms came back to me afterwards and said, he's had these really bad earaches and we put in these tubes, they were PE tubes, and he's doing much better. I think what ended up happening is because I think he was about 6 or 7. So, I mean, he had his basic language acquisition, but I think he essentially started reading lips. And I think his hearing was going in and out, so he could paste some things together. But when his moms asked him, why didn't you tell us? He just said, well, I thought this is just how people hear. So I thought that was really interesting because I think kids are just so adaptable. They just sort of go with the flow. They don't think anything's wrong. They just, like the little girl with the impacted earwax. She didn't know she couldn't hear, even her name. Anyway, on the other end of it, my mother-in-law is on her way to get hearing aids. This is probably a good thing since she is an MFT, so marriage family therapist. So that would probably be a good thing, especially with children. I think she has a hard time hearing kids, obviously for those high frequency speech sounds. But it was so much fun because she shared with me her audiogram and her tests and so I pulled out all my notes from audiology and I said, look, I'm not licensed, but this is this and this is that, and I don't know how much she understood when she actually got to speak to the audiologist, or if she had questions or she didn't know what questions to ask. This is kind of an interesting thing maybe to remember, is that she only had so much time with the audiologist, and then she had an appointment scheduled for something else that she had to go to right away. And so I don't know if she got all her questions answered. And then she had to go to an ENT, and she was like, I'm really nervous. What does this mean? So I was able just to say to her, hey, look, it's your inner ear. They can't really see your inner ear, so that, that specialist is able to look inside. They want to make sure that there's nothing in there. You don't want to say that you're not going to have a tumor in 2 months and then blame the audiologist for not seeing it. But it was a lot of fun to actually go through all that and explain things to her. So, because she's been very encouraging in all of this too. So I feel very fortunate. I've learned so much in all of these classes from both the students and the faculty. I just feel very grateful to my husband for allowing me to do this and work part-time and be in the kids' school and co-op and be a part of all that. So, so yeah, that's me. Okay, take care.